when you are talking, let's say, with the CEO and having that conversation, does it really make sense to spend another month on this or another 2 months on this? How do you think about the business value of design and how it actually contributes value to a company and helps grow its value and grow its reach over time?
Yeah. So here's the thing. Okay, so I love this question because to me, design is it's this layer. It's a horizontal layer. You can literally apply that layer to anything. Okay. And I'll give you an example. Like when I joined Facebook, I joined as a product designer in the, we were in the engineering org. So like for me to stay in my lane would have meant, hey, Ben, just build Facebook.com products, do nothing else. And by the way, there was plenty of stuff to do there, right? So it's like, why would you even, like, you don't need to go to talk to HR or legal but I was, I was curious. I had joined, the company was about, I don't know, 150, 200 people. And to me, it was like, where else can design have value in this company? So one of the things I did when I first joined Facebook, I found every head of X, right? Head of marketing, head of legal, head of HR, head of customer support. And I just said, look, I'm a designer here. What would you do with design? What would you do with design resources? Because I was a big believer that design, and maybe like I drank my own Kool-Aid too much, but I was a big believer that we could we could supercharge anything. We could improve anything, right? Because design is, you just apply it and bam, right? And so I would say more than half of them were just like, I never even thought about that. That never even crossed my mind that, recruiting, design and recruiting that's not even a thing. Why is that even a thing? It's like, well, where are people finding out about Facebook? What kind of experience are they having when they come to interview? What are what's the experience after? And even just this idea of an experience that it's like, what do you mean by that? Why is that? What they come to interview? That's a thing that's designed. That it's like, yes, it's designed or not, right? But it's still something, right? And so I went and talked to every head of X, and what came out of those conversations was like, we could really move the needle for almost any one of those teams. Honestly, even legal, there were things around legal. So like legal wanted to make sure that things were getting patented. Well, how do we communicate that to the employee base? How do we get people excited about that? And there's a lot of design that you can do around that. HR, where people are onboarding. I don't know if you've ever heard yeah. So like, when onboarding, you get a bunch of paperwork and whatever. But like Airbnb, for example, it's like the onboarding there was designed down to like the minute, right? And you talk to anyone that joined Airbnb in the early days, and it's amazing. Like my friends would join, and by Friday, they were like ready to tattoo Airbnb on their chest. Like whatever they did in that first week, I was like, "How's your first week?" They're like, "I will never leave this company ever. This is the best thing." I'm like, "Okay."
That's how good onboarding was.
It was right. Like it's yeah, no, they nailed that experience. So I think to me, when I think about, it's like, don't think of design as it's like, what are your company goals, and then apply design to those goals, and it can absolutely be applied to like 95% of company goals. And to me, that's where it gets really strategic and used really well.